On a foggy December day in 2025, we drove out to Lower Austria for a Victorian tea time event organized by Kochkulturmuseum, or Culinary Culture Museum in English. The event took place in Eggenburg's Baroque hall built in the 16th century. The vibe felt very different from modern cafes or restaurants. These nuts and oranges on the table were actually Victorian Christmas decorations. Since oranges were rare imported luxuries during winter, they became popular Christmas treats and stocking gifts. And did you know a lot of the Christmas aesthetics we still associate with the holidays today really became popular during the Victorian era?
Die viktorianische Afternoon-Tea ist ja eine Tradition des Kochkulturmuseums, die jetzt ein Jahr Pause gehabt hat. Nämlich letztes Jahr habe ich es aus gesundheitlichen Gründen nicht hingebracht.
Before the food started, there was a short introduction and an explanation of the evening and the menu by the organizer. We had not eaten much all day and were excited for our food. The first thing served was a tower of sandwiches with cucumber and cheddar with relish called Plowman sandwich. These Plowman sandwiches were definitely my favorite. The relish is so flavorful and yet so simple and easy to make. After that we got mushroom and artichoke pies. I normally don't even like artichokes, but the filling was actually tasty and moist. There was also gingerbread, buttery shortbread and flapjacks. The flapjacks were honestly probably my least favorite thing there. They were very crumbly and dense in a way I did not enjoy. But the orange jelly was good. I love how the form looks like it's from an old cartoon. I only know jelly in those little cups you can buy at the supermarket. The scones were served without clotted cream and with strawberry jam and cream. I'm not so sure about that, but they also had raisins baked into them. Those poor humiliated grapes. Still, overall there was a huge amount of food, way more than at the other Victorian tea event I attended in 2023. I think we only got one or two of each and left the event slightly peckish. There were also several teas served, one white and two black teas. I'm not a fan of white tea, so I stayed with the black tea. Pouring milk into tea always looks dramatic and much better on camera than in real life. Throughout the evening there was live music played on a hurdy-gurdy. The musician also told little stories and anecdotes from the 19th century between songs like the Great Beer Flood in 1814. And somehow there was even a funny anecdote about the rotating Christmas tree. The rotation device is an original Victorian one. Did you know that Queen Victoria and Prince Albert helped popularize decorated Christmas trees in Britain? The final highlight was the plum pudding they set on fire in the dark. At my previous tea event they lit the pudding directly at each table, which I still think is slightly more exciting. There was also a small booth by Wellenkind. She specializes in handmade historical hats and headwear. I just adore this Victorian headdress. And at the very end we got Versailles, a hot mulled punch. There was an alcoholic and a non-alcoholic version, and I preferred the non-alcoholic one. So overall, atmospheric, good food and definitely worth driving through the endless December fog. Thank you so much for watching, I hope you enjoyed it and see you again next time. Bye bye!